So let us continue with the linear properties. So the first question we have already discussed, and the second question I'll be discussing here. It is a discrete time signal y of n. The second question, it is a discrete time signal y of n. Y of n is equal to 2 into x of n plus 3. That's your question. Okay, so the first thing you will be doing is you are finding the weighted sum of your output, weighted sum of our output. Okay, so to find the weighted sum of output, consider the input is x1 of n. If the input is x1 of n, what will be y1 of n? So y1 of n is equal to 2 into x1 of n plus 3. Similarly, if the input is x2 of n, then what will be the output? It is y2 of n, which is equal to 2 into x2 of n plus 3. Now the weighted sum is, you have to multiply this y1 with a1, that is a1 y1 n. You have to multiply y2 with a2, so this is a2 y2 n. And that will be equal to, what you are doing is, you are multiplying this with a1, right? Then you are multiplying this with a2, isn't it? So what you will get? It will be 2a1x1n plus 3a1 plus 2a2x2n plus 3a2. Okay, so that is the first equation, which is the weighted sum of your output. Similarly, you have to find the weighted sum of the input also. That means you are going to find a function of the weighted sum of input, that is a1x1n plus a2x2n. So what you will do here? What you will do here is, whenever you see x1, you multiply it with a1. Whenever you see x2, you will multiply it with a2. So let us see how do you do that. 2 into, so you are finding x1 there. So you multiply with a1. a1 x1n plus 3. So along with 3 there is no x1, right? So you don't have to multiply it with a1. So plus. Now again 2 into, you are finding x of n to multiply with a2 x2n. Then again plus 3. Since there is no x2n, no need to multiply with a2. So you have got it. You got the result as 2a1 x1n plus 3 plus 2a2 x2n plus 3. Call it as equation 2. So I got two equations. One is the weighted sum of output. One is the weighted sum of input. Compare two equations and find whether these two are equal. Of course, this is not equal. Here it is plus 3a1. Here it is plus 3. Here it is plus 3a2. Here it is only plus 3. So equation 1, it is not equal to equation 2. And when this is not equal, you can say that the system is a non-linear system. Okay, so this is a non-linear system. Okay, so we can go to the next question, which is a differential equation. So how do we solve the linearity of differential equation? The first question with the differential equation will be d by dt of y of t plus 3t y of t plus, sorry, there is no plus, is equal to t square x of t, d by dt of yt plus 3t yt is equal to t square x of t. So as previously, you have to find out the weighted sum of the input as well as the weighted sum of the output, isn't it? So the weighted sum of the input output, let us see what happens. Okay, suppose your input is x1t, then the LHS will become d by dt of y1t plus 3t y1t, it is equal to t square x1t. Okay, that is the first equation. Now what happens when the input is x2t? Then it will become d by dt of y2t plus 3t y2t, it is equal to t square x2t. Isn't it? Now you will be doing this LHS and RHS separately, not in the previous case. Okay, ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ LHS ഉം RHS ഉം separate ആയിട്ടാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതെങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. Actually, let us multiply this equation. ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഇതിനെ equation 1 എന്നും ഇതിനെ equation 2 എന്നും വിളിക്കാം. Then what you can do is you multiply this equation 1 into a1 and same നേരത്തെ ചെയ്ത പോലെ തന്നെ equation 2 into a2 ചെയ്യാം. Okay, അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് കിട്ടും? We will get it as a1 into d by dt of y1t plus a1 into 3t y1t plus a2 into d by dt of y2t plus a2 into 3t y2t. Okay, ഇതിനെ ഞാൻ റീറൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുവാണ്. This is equal to ഇവിടെ d by dt മാത്രം പുറത്തെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ it will be a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. Okay, ഇനി ഇവിടെ അടുത്തതിൽ എന്ത് പുറത്തെടുക്കാം? 3t പുറത്തെടുക്കാം. So it will be a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. അപ്പോൾ നോക്കാം, നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ ഇക്വേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് this equation as well as this equation, these are the weighted sum of the outputs. Okay, അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ഇൻപുട്ട് സെക്ഷൻ RHS സൈഡ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കിയിട്ടേ ഇല്ല. ഓക്കെ, ഇനി നമുക്ക് RHS സൈഡ് നോക്കാം, സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എടുക്കാം. RHS സൈഡ് മാത്രം സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാ കിട്ടുക? ടി സ്ക്വയർ ഇൻറ്റു a1x1t plus t square into a2x2t. Okay, and ഇതിനകത്ത് നമുക്ക് ടി സ്ക്വയർ പുറത്തെടുക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ എന്ത് കിട്ടും? a1x1t plus a2x2t. So what is this? This is the weighted sum of the inputs. So weighted sum of the inputs is equation number 4. Weighted sum of output is equation number 3. So you can say that, you can watch from equations 3 and 4 that the weighted sum of input produces an output which is equal to the weighted sum of outputs. ഓക്കെ, എക്സാക്ട്ലി നമുക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞ പ്രോബ്ലം ചെയ്ത പോലെ അല്ല ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ഇൻപുട്ടും ഔട്ട്പുട്ടും സെപ്പറേറ്റ്, LHS ഉം RH ഉം സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമുക്ക് അത് വാച്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ട് you watch it and see whether the weighted sum of input is giving a weighted sum of output. Of course, in this case, a weighted sum of input is giving a weighted sum of output. So your system here, it is a linear system. Okay, so you can watch from equation 3 and 4 and write there that the weighted sum of input produces a weighted sum of output. So this is a linear system. Okay, this is how you solve differential equation. Let's do one more question so fast. The next question. Okay, the second question will be 2 into d by dt of yt plus 5yt is equal to x square t. Okay, now let us do this fast. So let the input be x1t. It will be like 2 d by dt of y1t plus 5y1t will be giving x1 square t, and if the input is x2t, then you can write like d by dt of y2t plus 5y2t is equal to x2 square t, and call it as equation 1 and equation 2. Then multiply equation 1 with a1 and equation 2 with a2. Then what you get is 2 into a1 into d by dt of y1t plus 5a1 y1t plus 2a2 d by dt of y2t plus 5a2 y2t, and this equation is equal to, you can take d by dt of d by dt outside and you will get it as 2 a1 y1t plus 2 a2 y2t. Okay, plus you will get it as again 5 into a1 y1t plus A2 Y2T. Of course, this is a weighted sum of the output, isn't it? Weighted sum of the output. Now, let us see the RHS. Take the RHS and find the function of A1 x1t plus A2 x2t. So what you will get here? You will get here A1 x1 square t plus A2 x2 square t. A1 x1 square t plus A2 x2 square t. So here you can see that this is the weighted sum of output. We'll call it as equation 3. ഇത് രണ്ടും weighted sum of output തന്നെയാണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ നോക്കുക, നമുക്ക് A1 x1t plus A2 x2t എന്നല്ല കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. പകരം എന്താ കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത്? A1 x1 square t plus A2 x2 square t. That means here weighted sum of output is not equal to the weighted sum of input. That means equation 4ൽ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മളുടെ ഇൻപുട്ടിന്റെ സ്ക്വയർ ആണ്. പക്ഷെ നമുക്ക് ഔട്ട്പുട്ടിന്റെ സ്ക്വയർ അല്ല വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. That means the weighted sum of input does not produces a weighted sum of output. So hence this system, it is a non-linear system. Okay. And one more question. One more question. It's very simple. Y of t is equal to e raised to xt. Okay, so as we do, x1t is the input, then y1t is equal to e raised to x1t. Then if x2t is the input, then y2t is equal to e raised to x2t. Then you have to multiply this with a1, you have to multiply this with a2. This is equation 1 and equation 2. Multiply 1 with a1, 2 with a2 will get us a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. It is equal to a1 e raised to x1t plus a2 e raised to x2t. Okay, this is equation 3. Now we are going to find the function of weighted sum of input, that is a1 x1t plus a2 x2t. So what you will get? So wherever you find x1, you have to multiply it with a1. When you find x2, you have to multiply it with a2. So this is e raised to, so you are finding an x there. So you have to multiply it with a1 x1t plus e raised to a2 x2t. You can write this as equation 4. Then you have to compare these equations 3 and 4. When you compare equation 3 and 4, you can see that one is a1 e raised to x1t plus a2 e raised to x2t. Another one is e raised to a1 x1t plus e raised to a2 x2t. These are not equal. That means equation 3 is not equal to equation 4. Hence your system is a non-linear system. Okay, thank you very much. So we have studied time invariance as well as linearity.